Welcome back to the gaming castle. Alright, so you all caught me mid-game against two hard AIs, and I have them on the ropes. And this is what I love about Dominion. A big part of why I'm covering it. So, what I've done, and I want to catch you guys up. Sorry you didn't get to watch the whole game. I wasn't sure whether this one was going to go well or not. But we have the baths here. When you end your turn without gaining a card, you get +2 VPs. So I got a bunch of VPs from that. And we also have Tomb. When you trash a card, +1 VP. Okay, and so I've been using Chapel to thin out my deck. So every time I trash a card, I get a VP. And every time I end a turn without buying a card, I get 2 VPs from this. So I'm at 20. So I have a very tiny deck. As you can see, I have deck control. What that means is I have all the cards out of the discard pile and out of my deck. So I have my whole hand. I'm also harassing them with this Militia. It's an attack card. It sends them down to 3 cards in hand. So you can see both of my opponent AIs are down to 3 cards in hand. And now I'm going to activate my master plan, which is to buy these capitals up. So each one, as you can see, gives you 6 coins, but when you discard it, then you gain 6 debt. But it also gives you a buy. And so if I can get enough of these capitals and draw all of them by using cultists and bandit camps to give me draw and actions, then I can draw a ton of these capitals at once and snag a ton of these provinces and grab so many that the AIs are unable to beat me. And as you can see, there are no other buy cards in the game. So if I get a majority of these capitals, then I will have a majority of the buys, and then I will have control of the game. So now I'm going to buy this capital and start the master plan here, because as you can see, I can get just enough coins to mean that I get a capital each time. And so now the AIs are wising up, and they're trying to be smart and make it so that I can't get capitals. But what I can do is I can play my Militia still, and I can play this capital to get to 10, which then gives me enough to buy 2 more capitals. So I went ahead and did that. Alright, so now they're going to use this again, which that is actually bad for them, because I can now use this, and I can actually get rid of my capitals and maybe one of these silvers, whatever. Get rid of another silver, because my diplomat is going to make it so that I can actually get those cards back. And then I can Militia. And then, okay, I didn't do this quite right, but that's okay. So then we're going to play that treasure, and now we're going to pay debt. So we paid off a bunch of our debt, and now he's going. I can choose to do this Militia if I want, or my diplomat if I want. I'm going to decline, get rid of the 2 of these capitals. And now I'll be able to pay off the rest of my debt. So now we Militia them. Play that. Get rid of the rest of our debt. And now we can buy a courtyard to get draw. Draw is going to be important for us. Alright, so he's Militiaing me. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of my Militia and my silver here, because we're going to use both of these capitals. Now, this is where our strategy starts to get pretty interesting, because what we're going to do is we're going to end actions, play both of these. So we're going to end up with a lot of debt. But the advantage of that is we're going to get a couple bandit camps here and a courtyard so that now I can draw my whole deck pretty consistently. So I am actually going to decline that and just get rid of these two cards because that's fine, because now I'm going to be close to having deck control again. Right, so now I play my Diplomat, Bandit Camp, and remember those are giving me spoils, which is going to be extra coins, which is going to be really helpful paying off debt. So now we're going to go Courtyard, top deck that, Courtyard, top deck that, Militia. Now they're going to have to go down to again, and then we're going to play our, we're going to end our actions, we're going to play that, and we're going to play our spoils, and we're just going to pay off 7 debt. There we go. So now we are almost out of debt. So now we have another bandit camp. So we have these bandit camps as essentially gold generators. So now I have to go down to 3, which is fine. All right. And we want to be paying attention to when they start greening. So that's when these provinces start going, or if we think that the game is getting close to ending. So we want to try and be paying attention to what VPs they're at. This is actually going to be a little bit closer than I was hoping it to be. All right, as we saw, he just triggered that, but now he's in 15 debt, right? So he might have bursted a little too early. So now I'm going to do a Courtyard, top deck that capital, Courtyard, and we will top deck, because I don't have an action, we are going to top deck probably the Militia. Now we will play our treasures, play this treasure, skip pay off debt, pay off our 5 debt, and we are actually going to grab a copper because that's going to be a VP for us. Remember? Get rid of Chapel and our spoils. So we want to keep our actions to get to use and to get to continue to strengthen our deck. There's also some fireworks outside. You might be able to hear that. Alright, so we got our Militia down, and now we're at 6 again. What do we do with 6? 6 and 1 buy. Okay. We don't want to give them free VPs, so I'm thinking don't go Cultist. I'm thinking maybe gold, but bandit camps are actually silver or gold, temporary gold generators for us, which is probably better because they also give us actions. So we're going to grab a bandit camp. So I will do this time. So I'm going to draw 2. I'm not trying to play my capitals, so I'm getting rid of the capitals. And then I'll get rid of one of my bandit camps. So why I decided to do that is because the Diplomat, if I have 5 or fewer cards, it also gives me 2 actions. And so that's going to let me draw back up to a much higher hand capacity. All right, now we're going to see this AI do his move of trying to get a bunch of VPs. Now that leaves 4 left there. All right, so draw, that, get rid of this, that, get rid of this, Militia them, try and keep them down, and And we're going to end actions, play these. Ooh, actually, let's go back. So, and let's go back again. So we can chapel away one of our spoils to get a VP. See, now we're at 23. So now I'm going to play these two, play that, and then now we're at 29. So again, we're not quite ready to play our capitals yet, so we're going to discard those. Alright, so now we're going to Bandit Camp, and we're actually just going to stockpile these. Well, no, we're not going to stockpile the spoils because we're going to keep getting them. So then I'm up to 6, which with 6 and 1 buy, I think I'm actually going to grab a Cultist because we're making one big play, right? That's how we're going to do this. We're going to try and make one big play to win the game. So now he's going. Do we want to draw 2 to discard 2? Or do we want to just discard 2? I think we're going to decline. Get rid of our militia, get rid of our silver. This is going to be a very strong hand. This is probably going to be the hand that I activate, so I'm actually looking to grab my capitals now. Because as we can see, there's only 2 provinces left. I'm at 29, he's at 36, he's at 32. So if I get both of these provinces, I will end at 41 and win the game. So let's go Diplomat. Now we activate our strategy. Then Bandit Camp. Then we go Courtyard. Then, sorry about that, there was a weird sound in my ear. Then we're going to top deck our copper, I think, yeah. And then we're going to Courtyard, top deck our copper again, let's go. We got Bandit Camp. Then we're going to Chapel our Cultist, because that gives us 3 cards when we trash that, instead of the 2 cards. Then we will Militia for our last action. And now, see, this is how we beat the hard AI, because we're going to play all of our treasures. Play. And now I have 20, which is enough to buy these 2 provinces, and also in a state to end the game. And whatever will pay off too. But see, that was how we beat the hard AI and got it done. Let's go. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as I get more videos, you will be able to see a couple of different options that you can click on. Thanks so much for watching this. This was how to beat the hard AI. And I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.